Sorry, bro.
You win.
As you can see on the chart, the bank places their sell order, causing the price to fall quickly. And at this point, they maneuver the price back to its original point, where they sell off their remaining portion of final orders. And as you can see, it changes direction or trend. It reverses. To show that this supply zone is effective, our job as retail traders trying to trade this technique is to find the various zones and spots this bank have kept in place to be able to trade with them alongside their trend and make profits in their own direction. Because one thing is to never trade against the banks, because you're going to lose all your money and blow your funds. And I'm going to be teaching you guys how to also trade like an aggressive trader. As you can see, the price rallies back up. You can also make money and profit making trades when the price is going up before it reaches the final orders, where we can still trade with the bank, not against the bank. So with that said, let's look into the next step and understanding these zones better. Still, most people find it hard to understand this supply and demand concept, and I have created a picture in the screen. Feel free to pause it and read the chart where we'll read what text I put there. It simply shows demand zone, the points where the banks put their position to create excess demand, making the price reverse higher. While on the other hand, supply zones are the opposite, whereby banks sell their position, creating excessive supply, driving it lower, making the reverse lower. And yeah, I put a pro tip there to show that the major swing highs and swing low are what we should also look for in trying to identify this spot. Now, for example, as you can see on this chart, there are numerous spikes in the chart. And once we find a spike, the base of that spike is going to be our demand. While on the opposite end, once we find a spike to the downward trend, the opposite high is going to be our supply. That is what we are going to apply for every other method and technique in this chart to identify our supply and demand zones. Quickly look at a practical example on finding the zones. First step, we need to check the market structure obviously, and as you can see, price creates higher high, lower high and higher high to indicate that we are in an uptrend, and this is a specific area for demand opportunities. Same goes to downtrend. If it's in a downtrend, we have to locate more of supply opportunities. But aggressive traders can trade both sides. It's still better to stick to one because you'll be more sure of your trade and be more profitable in the long run. You can be more profitable either ways, but as a beginner or as someone that doesn't really understand how supply and demand really works, I suggest you stick to this strategy. After identifying the uptrend, we locate sharp rises in price in the market. And as you can see in these various areas, prices obviously spiked in a way. This is to show that there are a large amount of money are entered in that point. Either the banks have tried to buy a lot of money, put a lot of money in a currency and cause this spike. After we locate our spike, the next step is to locate the lows. And here we have a low, the lowest low, this is going to be our first demand zone. Our second demand zone is going to be here, obviously. And our third demand zone is going to be here. Mind you, this price action has already showed a supply zone right here to show that there is obviously a shift of market. As you can see right here, there was a sharp fall in the market, creating this supply zone right here. And the bank took the price up back to change the trend of the market. So if we had taken our trade here, we would have seen a lot of profit. So once we spot our demand zones, next step is to place a trade, obviously. So our trade entry will be at the low of the demand to the supply, the nearest supply. That is going to be our take profit. And our stop loss should be nothing less than 20 pips, and it must be slightly be below the demand zone. So it's preferable to set and take your trades manually, as limit orders are not so reliable. For me, I advise you guys to take your trades manually and watch them progress, because we are going to be using trailing method, and this is whereby we take our profit in small minor zones, such as this place. This first zone right here is going to be our TP1. This other zone is going to be our TP2 before we get to the final supply. If there are no zones, we shift to a smaller time frame. This is the 4-hour chart. We go to the 1-hour chart, and you surely see minor zones that appear in the chart. Those should be your trailing take profits method. Before we end this video, let's look at another example. Now look at right here, I identified the zones that are supply and demand. Right here, you can see an impulsive move to the downtrend. It indicates that this previous high is our supply zone. This right here is our supply zone. And right way to the downside, we can see another impulsive move, making this downtrend side our demand zone. Price came down and touched the previous demand, which is right here. So that means this demand zone is already tested. Price went up, breaking my previous supply. We can identify an impulsive downtrend here. So this place was a supply zone. And if we took a trade, we would have taken profits out of this trade. Why I am still planning to place a trade in this position is because this demand zone remains untested. That means no price has touched here before. This is just the first time. And I'm very sure price will retest to some certain levels. Here will be my TP1, this rally side, and the second angle with my TP2 before it can finally reverse to an uptrend or just a minor reversal before the banks can shift it to another trend. So that's it. We have come to the end of today's video, guys. Please subscribe and comment, like, to make me create more videos. It motivates me, and hopefully part of this community. Please also recommend a strategy I should backtest or review, a concept I should analyze, and I'm free to analyze. Join the Telegram group as we trade signals. This is a trading community, so all of us can bring our own ideas on how to analyze charts and what to do next. See you guys in the next video. Peace.